Welcome back to my channel. My name is Yana Ivanikova and today we are painting yellow crocuses. You know, yellow is a tricky color and today we will check whether it's really tricky and how to make it vibrant. I've chosen yellow crocuses for today and let's start. I will start with the analyzing of the composition, and of course I'm not going to paint all these flowers, but I will choose my main flower, my main hero, and also some supportive flowers. So this will be my main flower, and as you can see on my sketch, I'm leaving also this one because this is a supportive one, and also one more. You can think that it's this one, but I for purpose made it smaller so that it doesn't attract too much attention comparing to my main flower. What's important that there are no lines that are built out of flowers. In this I mean, if you have one flower here, the next one cannot be exactly up or down or here or here. So we try to avoid when we have several flowers on the same level, because this will ruin our harmonic composition. That's why I choose these flowers. You can also experiment with this photo more, or also with other photos. You can find them also in my Patreon channel. But what's important that it's harmonic composition. The next very important thing is how we choose the values for our flowers, because we need volume, we need light, and we need shadow. And we can have a look on the photo and we will see that the light comes from the right. It's easy to see because all the right parts of the flowers have more bright yellow, have more light than the left one. But also we see that below is darker part, because below usually there is shadow comparing to the situation when the sun is up. And also we have shadows between the petals, because the petals also give shadow to other petals. That's why we see the separation between shadows. And I would like to show you how I did with values. The sketch was black and white because with black and white it's easier to see. This is my light, and close to it I'm adding shadow. Yeah, it's not actually shadow, it's just for the contrast. I'm adding darker background. If we see this contrast of light and dark together, this place attracts attention. The same here, light and dark. Between two rather light petals I have shadow, and it's getting darker when it goes down. Also light and the shadow in between. So I think that it may help you to understand how we have light and shadow, and that usually we have light from up, shadow from down, and we also have shadow between petals, because one petal gives the shadow on another one. So my sketch is done, and I suggest you to start with watercoloring. I've chosen yellow crocuses for today, and these are not just yellow but also with a bit of oranges. And let's discuss the materials. First, of course, and very important, is the paper. It should be cotton paper. You can use any professional watercolor paper. I usually use Hahnemuhle. It's 300 gram and it is called The Collection. I love this paper a lot, but also other professional papers. You can also see the list below this video what can be used. Then the brushes I'm going to use, it's a big Hague brush for watering the paper. It's Escoda Perla number, I think it's 12. number 12 for all the details, and it works also as a main brush. And additionally, I'm going to use flat synthetic brush. This is Leonard, but I think it's actually for acrylics, so it should be just synthetic flat brush. So for the paints, I'm going to use cadmium yellow, which is just normal yellow that I usually use. And to make it more orangish, I'm going to use red. In my case, it's permanent red, but it can be also some other reds you have, but it should be warm red. That's important. So these are for flowers. Additionally, I'm going to use some shadow color for flowers, and I will make the shadow with the help of manganese violet from Rembrandt, but you can also use some other purple that you have for the shadows. If it's not enough shadow, you can always add a bit of blue, and I'm going to use cobalt blue. Also cobalt blue, manganese, and industhrone gray. These are all a bit of granulation inside, and industhrone gray has even more granulation than others. These three colors I'm going to use for the background, because I'm not going to use any green for the background, at least for this sketch today. But you can also use green if you want. For better result, it's also possible to use some other yellow. So not cadmium yellow, but also transparent yellow. It's a special yellow. Mine is from Winsor & Newton, almost empty tube, because I love it a lot because of its transparency. So it's not that opaque as cadmium, and if you mix with other colors, you get more transparent and more vibrant and more watercolorish result. I will show you now two mixtures, two swatches, one with transparent yellow, another with cadmium yellow, and you will see the difference. But my main painting I will make with cadmium yellow, so that you see that it's still possible to use just cadmium. But if you have transparent yellow, please use this one, you will love it. Something special about this color, that when you look what's inside the tube, you will be really surprised by the color. It doesn't look transparent, it doesn't look yellow at all, it's just some muddy color. It's true, it looks like that, but when you swatch it, when you paint with it, you will see how nice this color is. So you can see that it's very bright and very really transparent and vibrant, comparing to cadmium, which is more opaque, and you see that it covers the paper much more. So it means that if you mix it with other colors, you may get a bit of more, not muddy, but not the transparent result. So I will swatch now my transparent yellow mixed with red. You can take red, but it should be warm red, right? Bit more. So I want to get some orange color. So this is my orange based on transparent yellow, and separately I will make a different yellow, a different orange, mixed with help of cadmium yellow and with the help of the same red. In my case, it's permanent red. So I think you see the difference, that this one is brighter and has more shiny effect comparing to these two, because here I used cadmium. But again, if you don't have transparent yellow, it shouldn't be a stopper for you, because my main painting I will also make with cadmium. So I made this small card just on cellulose paper, just very quick, 2 minutes or so, with transparent yellow. And yeah, I like it more because of this vibrancy and watercolor effect. I will start with watering my paper from both sides, first from back, then from front. Big natural brush. The more strokes you make, the more water comes deep into the paper, and it will give you time to paint. So on this stage I may say, okay, my paper is wet, but actually it's not. So I need more and more strokes. With help of the hair, the water comes inside. Now the same I'm doing from front. The paper should stick to the board. There shouldn't be any gaps between the paper and the board, otherwise the air comes inside and the paper will be drying much quicker. I'm starting with yellow part, and for that I'm using just normal yellow, it's cadmium yellow, and synthetic brush. These are chaotic movements, and the greenish part that doesn't mean anything, just as a connection color to my greenish parts and my flower part. With clean dry brush I am a bit moving this. If you want to lift, to remove, you can always do it. With clean dry brush you can remove it. And now I'm mixing yellow with red, with cadmium red or with permanent red, to get a bit of this effect I call. It's not the same as cadmium orange, but it's a bit orangish, and with this color I'm working from the left because my shadow is from the left. So even now I need to see already some volume, light and shadow. Here in the middle is also a bit of darker color, a bit of shadow, that's why I added it. If you want again to correct, to let that it doesn't bleed that much, clean dry brush, you can always do it. I'm not going to use any green color. I want to use the rule of complementary colors. For that, you know, we have purple, because purple is a complementary color to yellow, and I will use my manganese violet mixed, for example, with lavender, and mixed with rather dark color, which is Indus-Red Gray from Rosa Gallery brand. It's the color which is together with manganese blue and also together with manganese purple and cobalt blue. They are granulation effects, but this one is even more granulated than these two. So I'm taking first the manganese. I'm still very accurate in adding because I don't want that everything bleeds into my flowers. That's why I'm taking first, then I'm removing a bit because I'm not sure how much I do have on my brush. Just with the edge, try not to touch my flowers. I'm adding this color. It's just one color. Now I'm adding to this color cobalt blue, so that I get a bit different hue of purple. These are strokes that imitate a bit of the illusion of grass or of stems. And they're very quick, so that when it bleeds not that much. If my strokes are very slow, then it will bleed more, yes, because the brush will add these round shapes. That's why I'm very quick. These are my blue splashes. And you can also move a bit of a color so you can experiment here. Now I'm changing my brush to flat one because with flat one it's just easier. It's also synthetic but flat one. Now I'm going to use Indus-Red Gray and flat brush to add a bit darker colors around my flowers. So this is the main vein. A bit of shadow is also here. These are the illusion of the veins from down to up. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial and you learned some tips for painting vibrant yellow. Don't forget to subscribe to all my platforms to get more painting content, and if you paint alone, please share your paintings, tag me in social medias, or if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Happy painting, and I will see you in my next session.